The Grand Blackwood Hotel stood tall and proud on a windswept cliff. It overlooked the restless sea. Its grand facade hinted at a glorious past, but a shadow lurked beneath its opulence. The locals spoke of Room 13 in hushed tones. It was a place of mystery and fear. Over the years, guests had vanished from Room 13. They left no trace behind. The authorities investigated, but their efforts were in vain. The mystery deepened. The disappearances remained unexplained. The legend of the cursed room grew stronger. The Grand Blackwood Hotel became a place of whispers and speculation. Visitors to the nearby town would crane their necks, eager for a glimpse of the infamous room. Some dismissed it as mere superstition, but others knew better. They felt the chill down their spines as they passed the hotel. They knew that within its walls, secrets whispered on the wind. The story of Room 13 was a tragic one. It was a tale whispered by the sea breeze and carried on the salty air. It was the story of Eliza, a young maid with a heart of gold. Eliza had worked at the Grand Blackwood in its heyday. She was known for her cheerful smile and her dedication to her work. One fateful night, Eliza stumbled upon a terrible secret. She was cleaning the hallway outside Room 13 when she overheard a struggle. She peeked through the keyhole and witnessed the unthinkable. The hotel's chief officer, a man named Mr. Thorne, was disposing of a body. Eliza's blood ran cold. She knew she had to act quickly. She crept away from the door and ran to alert the authorities. But Mr. Thorne, a powerful and ruthless man, caught her before she could escape. He silenced Eliza forever, hiding his crime within the very walls of the hotel. Eliza's spirit was trapped within the hotel. She was bound to the site of her untimely demise. Room 13, her soul cried out for justice. She yearned to clear her name and reveal the truth about Mr. Thorne's wickedness. Driven by her need for vengeance, Eliza's spirit became tethered to Room 13. She vowed to use her spectral presence to expose Mr. Thorne. She would draw attention to his crime. Anyone who dared to stay in Room 13 would become entangled in her ghostly web. And so, Room 13 remained a place of fear and mystery. Guests reported strange noises and cold spots. Some claimed to have seen Eliza's ghostly apparition, her sorrowful eyes pleading for help. The legend of the cursed room grew stronger with each passing year. No one dared to challenge the whispers of the past. 20 years later, a young woman named Sarah arrived at the Grand Blackwood Hotel. She was a curious and adventurous soul, drawn to the hotel's enigmatic history. Sarah was determined to uncover the truth behind the legend of Room 13. Despite the warnings from the wary locals, Sarah booked herself into the infamous room. She dismissed their concerns as mere superstition. She believed that there had to be a logical explanation for the disappearances. Sarah was determined to solve the mystery. She wouldn't let fear deter her. As she stepped across the threshold of Room 13, Sarah felt a cold shiver run down her spine. The air grew heavy, and an unsettling silence descended upon the room. She shook off the feeling, attributing it to the stories she had heard. Little did she know that she had just stepped into a web of secrets and shadows. Section 5. A Night in Room 13. Nightfall descended upon the Grand Blackwood Hotel, casting long shadows across the worn velvet carpets and antique furniture. Sarah found herself unable to shake the feeling of unease that had settled upon her since entering Room 13. The air grew colder, and the sound of the wind howling outside her window seemed to whisper her name. As she tried to settle down for the night, she noticed strange occurrences. Objects moved on their own, and faint whispers seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. Then, Sarah saw her. A translucent figure, shimmering in the dim light. It was the ghostly apparition of a young woman. Her sorrowful eyes met Sarah's, and Sarah felt a surge of sympathy for the unknown woman's plight. This was Eliza, her sorrow palpable, reaching out from beyond the grave. Terrified, yet strangely compelled to help, Sarah allowed the ghostly presence to lead her on a chilling journey through the hotel's past. Eliza's spirit, unable to rest until her name was cleared, communicated with Sarah through a series of vivid visions. Sarah witnessed the fateful night of Eliza's murder, seeing Mr. Thorne's true colors as he silenced the young maid to protect his dark secret. She saw the fear in Eliza's eyes, the desperation in her final moments. The visions were so real, so tangible that Sarah felt the icy breath of the past on her skin. Night after night the visions continued, each one revealing another piece of the puzzle. Sarah learned of Eliza's kind heart, her dedication to her work, and the injustice of her untimely demise. With each passing night, Sarah's resolve to help Eliza find peace grew stronger. Driven by the need for justice and armed with the spectral evidence provided by Eliza, Sarah set out to expose Mr. Thorne's wicked deeds. She delved into the history of the Grand Blackwood Hotel, researching old newspapers and interviewing wary locals. Slowly but surely, Sarah pieced together the events of the past. She uncovered evidence of Mr. Thorne's corrupt dealings, his ruthless ambition, and his willingness to silence anyone who stood in his way. The truth of Eliza's murder, buried for so long, was finally coming to light. With irrefutable evidence in hand, Sarah went to the authorities. At first, they were hesitant to believe her story, but the sincerity in her voice, the conviction in her eyes, and the weight of the evidence she presented left them with no choice but to investigate her claims. The authorities launched a full investigation into Mr. Thorne and the long unsolved disappearance of Eliza. The evidence Sarah had gathered, coupled with the renewed scrutiny on the hotel's past, led them to uncover long-hidden secrets within the walls of the Grand Blackwood. Confronted with the weight of his crimes, Mr. Thorne's facade crumbled. He confessed to the murder of Eliza and the subsequent cover-up. Justice, though long delayed, was finally served. Mr. Thorne was held accountable for his actions, his reign of terror brought to an end. With the truth revealed and Mr. Thorne brought to justice, a sense of peace settled over the Grand Blackwood Hotel. The air felt lighter, the shadows less menacing. Eliza's spirit, finally free from the chains of her past, could now find rest. In the aftermath of the investigation, the Grand Blackwood Hotel underwent a period of renovation and renewal. Its former glory was restored, erasing the shadows of its troubled past. Guests flocked to the hotel, eager to experience its grandeur and charm. But one room remained untouched. Room 13, forever linked to the tragic fate of Eliza, was permanently sealed off. Its door was removed, replaced with a wall of glass that offered a glimpse into the preserved space. A small plaque was placed on the wall, commemorating Eliza's life and the bravery of Sarah in bringing her story to light. The legend of Room 13 lived on, not as a tale of horror and fear, but as a reminder that even in the darkest of corners, truth has a way of finding its way to the light. And so, the Grand Blackwood Hotel stood tall, its secrets laid bare, a testament to the enduring power of justice and the importance of honoring the past.